This will come up hopefully sometime today.
There's the closing social.
There's a closing social.
Who knows the details on that?
A week from Saturday. Come up for your Easter finals to the park. We'll have a fabulous party. We'll have a free.
All right. And here we go. Okay, well, I'm going to get started without this. So, oh, look at that. A problem has been detected and Windows has been shut down to prevent damage to your computer. All right. So that's not starting up either. That's our theme for the day. So, as you can see, we'll start with the blank screen before us. Who can recount for me the parable of the talents? Okay, I know you guys are better BYU students than this. All right, let's go.
Okay, so there was a boss, and he gave some quantities of value to some hirelings, and they each had various amounts, and they were told to go and work on it and create more value using the value that they had. And so he left town and came back after a while, and one of them had multiplied what he had. A few of them had multiplied what they had been given, whether it was a little or a lot. But one of them just kind of buried his in the ground and didn't do anything with it. And to him, he said, "Hey, you're out of here. Give me back what I gave you."
All right.
The two that multiplied, he said, "Hey, I'll give you 10 times what you had before, because you've been good with what you had."
All right, so he said, take from that other dude and give to the guy who did something with it. The studio courses are the 560 and the 760 courses. The way that I approach those is sort of the parable of the talents idea. I like to have them be a project-based course where people in the course are working on a specific project that they have designed and work on developing throughout the course of the semester. Some people come into the course already having some coding experience. Some people come in as programmers. Other people come into the course not knowing what an HTML page is. And so you get all sorts of wide range. And then in the 760 class, people who have already taken the 560, it's actually an R class, so you can take it multiple times. And in the 760 class, we work on projects together for real clients in as much as we can. And so what this showcase about today is everybody that you see sitting around the edge of the room, they've got their projects that they have designed and developed this semester. And they've all started from different spots. Some came in with 5 talents, some came in with 2 talents. And I don't think we had anybody bury their talent this semester, so that was a good thing. In fact, this semester, I think I had more people start from scratch this semester in our 560 class than normal. I took a poll at the beginning of the class. I asked on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your level of comfort with coding and programming? And I got a 0 5 out of 7 times, and the one that wasn't a 0 was it's below a 3. So so a lot of people in this class actually started off from scratch. And in terms of teaching the class, what I do is I cover some of the basics in class. I want to make sure that you understand what HTML is, what JavaScript, what programming is, what some programming concepts are. And we go over those, and then the bulk of the rest of the time in class is spent to working on your projects and helping one another as well. Kind of what we get out of the Doctrine of Covenants, where we teach one another. And you should be edified. And so, don't have my slides up here to show this, but some of the languages that people have learned in the past in this course, or the programs or languages, instead of letting the tool guide what it is that people do, I have people choose what it is that they'd like to do, and then I advise them on the tools that I think they could learn that would enable them to accomplish that goal. So far, people use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, Flash, LiveCode, Objective-C, what am I missing? Flex Builder, Dreamweaver, and Corona SDK, which is what we use this semester in the advanced class. And so there's a variety of languages, and I'm not a master of all of them. Actually, lately I'm convinced I'm a master of none. So, which coding is good because it will humble you. And so what we want to present is the different projects that people have done. And so we have this semester, we have someone who has created a site to help understand and learn who the people are in the Book of Mormon using CSS, HTML, CSS, HTML, and PHP. Have 3 people who created native applications for the iPad, and we're in the process of working on those. Someone who's created a test bank, someone who's taken his knowledge that he already had of some of these programming languages and converted a curriculum that existed in Flash over into open languages, and created teaching programming concepts for the development of games using JavaScript and HTML and CSS. We also have someone who's created a forum, a secure forum, and mashed up some elements that are available out there on the web that you might find in Google, and Google Calendars and other things. We also have, let's see, what did I miss here? Pam. Pam has created a website for her husband, who's a teacher, where he can have a website that will always show the current unit that they're working on and resources for that current unit, so he can edit the resources that are available in a database. Ammon has created a finance website to teach finance, so he created that from scratch as well, and I think I've covered everyone. So, so without too much ado then, because I don't have much around here, what I want to do is give everyone about a half hour or so to walk around. This is kind of a poster session, only it's an interactive poster because everybody's got their computers up. I put some feedback forms beside folks at the table if you'd like to give some feedback. That feedback is for them. It just goes into them understanding that what they've created. So get up, walk around, talk to people about their projects, and ask them questions about what it is that they learned.
Can they raise their hands real quick before we do this?
Oh yes, okay, so everybody who's doing this, raise your hand. Everybody who's developed this semester. So you see them there on the tables that are at the wall. They'll be the ones not walking around.
Well, 2 years ago, a master's student, her master's project was to create a little program that would let students learn about behaviorism or cognitivism. And Peter hired me to make it so that it wasn't just, here's the content, and you can't change it, or it's only behaviorism. So for the last 2 years, I've gone through and this is the one. Or of course it just doesn't work. That's not supposed to happen. So basically now, instead of having just one story, people can go in and create their own stories. And it's like a choose your own adventure, so you can kind of create how you want the whole story to go. You click on different things. And this is all done with PHP and MySQL and JavaScript. And you can go in and edit and do whatever. When you actually click on the story, it takes you through the story and gives you something, and you have your choices, get started. Some of them only have one choice, but then they have other choices that you can choose from to do things. And so I spent half the semester converting the MySQL, writing a script to convert the MySQL database into an SQLite database, and then I put the SQLite database on here. And so far, the only part that I've done is this actual story. It doesn't have all the other features like the glossary or the answers to the worksheet or even the progress map. But that's where that's headed, and that's what I did. So now you can just go through the same story on here.
So basically, the story that you
I didn't do.
Yeah, well, that someone
Someone, yeah.
it helps them kind of understand the concepts.
Yeah, yeah.
And so what you did is you took that and
I made it modular so that
so they can do whatever story they want.
yeah, so you can make a story on whatever topic you want.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so it worked out pretty good, but it took a long time. I don't know how familiar you are, but the MySQL database runs on a web server, and we wanted this to be portable, so we had to convert. I had to write a script that converted it to SQLite, which took a long time.
Alright, so the concept I thought was awesome. It didn't work. It doesn't work. And it's basically when I introduced my fifth language to try and get it to refresh things dynamically. That's where everything else sort of does. But the idea is, so my wife teaches high school at Timberhouse High School, and their science department gives these common assessments. So they have some sort of common pacing, and then after each standard, after each unit, they give a common assessment. And so within each course, they're going to be giving these common assessments. So I click on course, I can click on the assessment, there would be multiple, whatever they're giving. This is after the students have taken the test. And now I've chosen a course and a test, and it's going to give me basically descriptive statistics. How did the department do overall, or how did the students do overall on this assessment? Then I can go to, also the idea here is like, once I've got that information, I'm also going to be able to compare descriptives between teachers, but then I can get into more depth by clicking on a teacher and look at their results as well as comparison between their classes. Then I can get into filter it a little bit more, and that's not working. And it's going to pull up all the individual students that I can kind of compare as well as the results from that individual class. And then with the push towards individualized learning, I can look at a specific student's data and figure out what do you know and how can I help you.
What they taught. So here's the diagram. I've actually only done so not all of it. So here's the little chart.
That's so cool.
Then if you click on the book, then it will list the people in that book and highlight who they were. And then if you click on them in the book, it will tell you what happened to them in that particular book. Here's an overall description of that person. I forgot the heading. But these are like descriptions of the person and kind of their qualities, characteristics, you know, how they do like this, and then what they taught.
Whoa. Where did you figure all this information, like look it all up and collect it all, everything?
Yeah.
Wait, can I go to this website? This is
I don't think someday if you like it, then it can be for an app or something.
on your computer right now.
Overall, I didn't know maybe I know D5, but there's some people that I'm like, who are they? Are they a good guy or bad guy? Yeah. Ultimately, I wanted it, this was my talk, I wanted to be color-coded for the people to help stand out, like, oh, I saw Nephi in blue, I know he's a prophet. Sharon's in orange, so he's an antichrist. And then their teachings would be, yeah, so then, I thought it was the opposite of blue, so that's how I went. So, their teachings are in the color that they are, and then I wanted certain things, like, quoted by other people are in a different color. Like, I think it's interesting to know that Nephi quotes Isaiah and what he thought was important from Isaiah, but didn't want to give him credit for Isaiah's prophecies. So I want to have in here will be like for Nephi.
Oh no,
Ultimately show his teachings would be in blue, and then if it switches to purple, it was quoting Isaiah, and then red would be the book. And it was really interesting because I'm trying to distinguish this. I was like, the first part of King Benjamin's talk is him just really quoting an angel. So I think I would say more King Benjamin says, but I wonder if we should say, could you make these movies in there? Yeah. And then the second part is
there we go. One of the first ones they do I really like is this Fun with Animations, where they learn up front how to put things on the page and how to move them and delay when it's going to happen, so they can all happen sequentially. Another fun one is let's see here, checkerboard, where they've got to go through looping and say, okay, I want to build a checkerboard of size 6 by 5, and then it builds a checkerboard for it. That type of thing. And so they create about 14, 15 different projects. They learn drag and drop. Let's see here, drag and drop. There we go.
We're not going to have.
Yeah, so this one here is like, okay, where's Donkey Kong? Is that Donkey Kong? No! Donkey Kong is over here. Ah, 36. Mario, Peach, no. Mario, this one. We're drag and drop loops, various math operations, animations. And the idea is, while they're doing that, they're learning math. And the nice thing about this curriculum is it's free. And I personally think that learning HTML is a much better skill for students than learning Flash. Flash is nice, but you'll probably never use it again. HTML, doing some games, yeah, gives you some perspective on the web and how it works, what some of the interfaces are.
If you go to login page, that's how it looks. Those are first steps, right? And then I log in as one of my students. We get to the actual forum page. So this is the forum, and I embedded the Google forum. So I use the resources from out there. But even though this is a public resource, and I had to learn the PHP language to make this work with my database, but that creates a security for the students so that their confidential information is not available out there. So then I embedded the Google Calendar as well, because I wanted the syllabus to show up all the time, so they know what's going on in the class. And you can post any comments in real life. If you're a student, you can talk to your group, and only your group will see that. Or here are the links to students' personal learning environments. So if you would be marked a student here, I could click on this link and go to your personal learning environment.
But we wanted this because place value is so hard to visualize that way. So it's something that there was a need there, and we thought it would be a good opportunity to show the capabilities of what an app can actually do instead of just being a, kind of drill and kill kind of thing. So what it does, almost, we're getting there, is it's got 2 different modes, and what this is a kid is a worker in a cookie factory, and they get an order for an amount of cookies, and then they have to fill it and understand the different quantities and groupings that then represent place values and numbers. And so this is right now. It wouldn't change this fast. It's like just it's generating different orders. But how it would really work is one of these numbers would come up and stay there until you finished it, and then another one would come up. So it's not really going that fast.
Each time you're given. Like in this one, you're finding the ones place.
So this is the number I'm supposed to have, 28,373, and so I have to understand how that text number applies to a digital number.
So you have to
and then what quantity of cookies I need to put in place.
I see 10. I see 100.
I wish we could pause it on one of these.
No, you pull, like if you were filling, let's say that stayed blank, so you're filling the 10,000th place, and say it was missing a 5. So I would need to pull down, I'd need to pull down, well these are 10,000, so I would need to pull 5 of these into that, and then it would move on to my next order.
And if I don't have 5 10,000s, I can combine the other cookies. So, for example, if I have 100 plus 100, it becomes a 200. If I try to combine a 10 with 100, it won't work. So it's kind of a little bit intuitive. They're like, these kind of things can combine together.
So if you click on this, it takes you to where the objectives are for the lesson. So there are objectives. But we gotta put some little comments, just putting stuff on there. So here's the actual lesson that they would do, along with reading their coursework. So they'd have a book they'd have to read also. I mean, a chapter of the book. So basically, up here, just for navigating the thing. So here's their assignment. So for their assignment, they create a budget and upload it to the professor.
Oh, okay.
So basically, they just upload the file. So when they click on,
there's Steve Martin.
So when they click on this, yeah, so that's the template. Okay, so I guess I don't have my upload thing on this one. So, but they just upload the file to the professor.
Okay.
Okay, and then up here, so basically once they've done the lesson, these are just other tabs. So here's their log out. That takes them back to the registration, basically.
Okay.
Here's their instructor. Here's how they can send the instructor an email.
Okay.
I have a question about this. Or,
Messed up on this.
yeah, or I messed up on this. How do I fix this? Any computer questions or anything. So here are the students that are enrolled in class, and
That is an awesome
you can find out who they are. So you can find out who the students are. So it has a little bio, has their email addresses, and so you can send them an email and who they are.
We were just programming a game for Thanksgiving Point that is built for mobile devices. So like on an iPad, you get a little map of the Thanksgiving Point Museum, and as you go through it, you do certain quests. So like, we have 2 quests in here right now, and each quest has a different number of activities. As you do each activity, like, you choose an avatar, dinosaur, you're in the museum, you click on the dinosaur, you answer questions, but the answers to the questions are actually in the museum. And so this is going to help people get more out of their Thanksgiving Point experience and keep coming back to the museum to learn more. It's kind of one of the things that they wanted to do. It's pretty cool. And as they answer questions, I think I can, yeah. So they'll earn different trading cards that they can collect for doing these quests. And they can use them to battle against their friends and, you know, earn more cards and stuff like that. So it's just kind of a fun social interactive game, and we built it using a tool called Corona SDK. It's put out by Anscombe Mobile. It's, we have a free version of it, and then if you pay, you can get more updated versions and stuff. And it took about like a couple of weeks to start feeling comfortable with it, and probably 2 to 3 months to start being able to create something like this. And so it's a cool experience. Great game.